Robert. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Miss Diane. How are you? Robert, you doing okay this morning? Hope everybody's morning is off to a fantastic start. Good morning, Veranda. How are you? This your first time hopping on my live? I'm glad you're here. I come on and I try to come on every morning at about 6:15. It doesn't always work at about 6:15, but I try to give everybody some encouraging words for the day because we really need it. And so during the summer, the timing is a little off, but during the school year, it's 6:15 every morning. So here I am. But Miss Diane, I'm doing well. Things are good. I'm just busy. I prayed and I said, Lord, I need to be busy in my real estate. And if I tell you I'm working with 6 buyers and I got some people getting ready to list, and I'm really excited about it, but I'm so busy. But I'm grateful. Yes, first time. So welcome. But I just want to give everybody some encouraging words for the day. Yesterday was Monday, and I didn't do a Reset Monday, but everybody knows it's Reset Monday. So for Rhonda on Mondays, it's called Reset Monday. I do a video, and I come on, and it's just quick, just a few minutes to jumpstart your week. And so you can go to YouTube and join my channel, and you can get caught up on my Reset Mondays and the Chronicles of Cree is what it's called. And yeah, Robert, busy is good. Like, I'm grateful. Busy is good, and so I'm excited. Good morning, Tilly. It's good to be busy, and so the only thing about that is you don't get a break, and you don't have a set vacation time when you do what I do over here. But it's like I need that, and so it's going to be happening pretty soon. So thanks, Robert, for sharing the video. But I just want to say good morning, and the topic for today, y'all, is quick and simple. It's called Stretch and Push. And for those of you who've been on here for a while, know that I'm all about, I got to achieve goals. I'm trying to hurry up and get there. It's things that need to get done, and the summertime is the time of the year where people are a little more laid back, especially most of my friends are teachers and counselors. And so it's like with them, they look forward to this time of the year because they can take a break from the school year and they can kind of unwind a little bit. But when you have goals and dreams and you're trying to reach those, there's no, oh, I need to take a vacation from this. It's like you have to figure out how to keep going, but still work on those goals and stuff. And so today, I thought it's not over and you've got to stretch and push. And so I said, okay, stretch and push. What do you think about when you say stretch and push? And when you say stretch and push, you think about working out. You think about, pushing, giving birth. Something new is about to come. You're giving birth to new dreams, new hopes, new ideas. And so in the summer, it's real easy to get comfortable and just be kind of laid back in the cut and not really working on things because the days are long, it's hot, and we want to just stay in the cool, watch Netflix and chill. I get that. I love to do that. And that's what I do when I have time to be off. But I have things that I need to be doing. I have things that I need to do. And my exhaustion doesn't dismiss me from that. And so I've got to keep stretching and keep pushing because I've learned that on this journey, we have so many obstacles that keep coming. They don't stop. They just keep coming. But we got to know how to stretch and push toward those goals because everybody's not going to see the vision that you have for yourself. And I use Robert for an example because Robert is an actor. And so with Robert, people aren't going to always say, hey, you know what? Great job. You did a marvelous job. And they're not going to always be excited for what he's doing. But he has to keep pushing because he knows what he's trying to do. See, when you're running, everybody that's on the sideline, they're not cheering for you. They're cheering, but they might not necessarily be cheering for you. So you've got to be your own encourager on this journey. You've got to be your own encourager. I've decided that I don't give a damn what other people saying and doing. That if it has anything to do with me, I'm going to be in charge of my own happiness. And I'm going to be the one holding my feet to the fire for achieving my goals. It's not going to be anybody else's fault. It's not going to be anybody else's problem. And it's not going to be left up to anybody but me. So when I know that I need to have the book done, I need to be working on the book. I know that if I'm trying to sell X amount of houses, I need to be doing some marketing, putting some videos out, talking to some people, leaving my cards places and hitting the marketing really hard. I can't leave that up to you to go tell your friends about me because they're not ready yet. They're not. We have got to get rid of those people who zap our time, those people who eat up our energy, eat up our time. And we allow them, just like parasites on cows. It's like the cows are just mooing and they're just grazing in the grass, and the parasites get a free damn ride. They get a free ride and a free meal. Cows get nothing in return, but maybe sickness. I don't know what they do to them, but I'm just saying, you know what parasites are. So it's like we have to determine who those people are, and we got to shake them loose, and we got to keep them off of us, because you have to keep it moving. You can't keep it moving, pulling a bunch of dead weight. You can't stretch and push toward what it is you need to do. When you got dead weight on you, hey, Miss Peppy Brad, you can't. It's dead weight. See, what works for me won't work for you. What works for you might not work for me. I know what it takes to run my house. I know what it is I need to be doing. So I can't wait on you to decide to be a good Samaritan and come along and do these things for me. I've got to figure out how to do it myself. So we gotta get rid of those people that drain our energy. You got to get rid of those people that drain your energy. That's how you stretch and push. You stretch and push by getting rid of those people who drain your energy, getting rid of those people who hating on you. You know who they are. Stop acting like you don't. Stop acting like they're going to change. Stretch and push toward what it is you want to do. I had never bought a car on my own. I was either married and my husband helped me buy it or whatever. Well, last summer, 17, 16, 15, maybe last summer it was? No, summer before. I decided I wanted a new car. I was like, okay, now how am I supposed to do this? It can't be that difficult because people buy cars all the time. But I wanted a particular car. So some people say, well, maybe you should just get a Honda. But I don't want a Honda. Well, they last a long time and they're good on gas. I don't care. I don't want a Honda. So I went to the lot and I looked around. I saw the car I really, really wanted, and I test drove it. I was in the front, Mark was in the back. No, I was driving, Mark was on the passenger side, the guy was in the back. And I test drove this vehicle. So the guy says, so what do you do for a living? I said, I'm a real estate agent. He says, oh, well, this isn't the car for you. Ma'am, you really want a car that's going to be real good on gas. And, you know, these are known to have a lot of problems as far as mechanical work goes. And so I know they look good. And I listened to him and I said, sir, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And he went on to talk to me about the specs on the vehicle. So we test drove it. And if I tell you, it felt good to my soul. Test driving the vehicle, I could see myself driving off the lot in it. I listened to that man and he said, you know, I've been doing this for about 20 years now, and I'm a pretty good judge of character, and you don't strike me as one to want to be sitting on the side of the road. And he talked me out of it. I got out of that vehicle after we test drove it, and I test drove something else. And I said, well, I'll go with this. I really like this. The color is pretty. I really like it. So I bought the car. Deep down in my heart, it wasn't the one I truly, truly wanted, but I liked it a lot. So I went with it. And every time I see one pass me on the street, it's like those people are looking at me going, girl, you know you should have got what you really wanted. And they might not even be saying it, but that's how it feels to me. I gave you that example because that's what we do in life. People come along and they tell us this is what you ought to have. This is what you need to do. And they come with great statistics. They come with all of these years of experience behind them. And we deem them to be experts in their field. And we say, okay, yeah, he knows what he's talking about. But it's not the desire of your heart. See, there is a book. It's called the Book of 66. Some of you call it the Holy Bible. There is a scripture in there that says that if your ways please him, he will give you the desires of your heart. But your ways got to please him. I said, oh, okay. So that means me. That includes me, and it includes you. However, we forget that because we allow people to come through and say, hey, I know you're trying to push towards your goals, but this is what you need. This is what you need. This is what you need. If they're not giving you sound advice and they've already done what you're trying to do, why are you listening to them? Why? You have to stretch and push towards your goals and get advice from wise counsel, not damn people with a bunch of opinions. I am not your life coach. I am not your pastor. I am just your encourager. And all I know is that when I see people who are sitting back doing absolutely freaking nothing, but they have a whole lot to say about what it is you're doing, those are parasites to me. And it is no love lost, no slugs at anybody. It's just the truth. It's the truth. So I say, well, I really don't understand how it is that we get all caught up with these people who are zapping our energy. We get caught up with these people who really have a lot to say. So they cause us to stop stretching and pushing and growing. Because we start to think, well, maybe they're right. Maybe I do need to just buy a Honda. Maybe I do need to just kind of pull back. But pull back for what? Why? Stretch and push towards your goals even harder than ever before. I go to bed every night with an attitude of gratitude, grateful for the day. And I go back and I revisit the things that happened during the day. And I try to be a problem solver. I don't always get it right because I am not perfect. I try and get it right though. So I try and think of, what are some things that happened today that didn't go so well? What can I do to fix it? Because as I stretch and push toward my goals, I can't have distractions. I don't sit up on my phone all day talking about nothing. I have stuff to do. I don't sit up on my phone all day on words with friends because I have stuff to do. I do words with friends before I go to bed. Helps me to unwind. That's usually the last few things that I do. Other people have their other routines. But as you stretch and you push towards your goals, you have to remember that whatever you need is already in you. You already have it. Good morning, Miss Barbara. You already have it. You already have what you need. I can't understand why we forget that. Why do we lose it? But we tell kids all the time, go be what you want to be. Go do what you want to do. You can have what you want to have. But as adults, we lose it. We forget. We're no different from them. Our toys just get bigger and more expensive. That's all. Men have boats and cars, and women have purses and perfume and stuff. So we all want things, but are we willing to put in the work? See, I'm willing to work hard for mine. I need a vacation so bad it's unreal, but it's okay. It's coming soon. But right now I need to focus on what it is I need to do so that I keep stretching and pushing toward the goal. I don't know how many of you wake up every morning thinking, okay, today I need to accomplish this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And I have to write it down. When is this, Claudia? I have to write it down. I have to write it down so that I don't forget. And what we have to do is write our own visions and make them plain. The book talks about thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established unto thee. And the sun shall shine on your pathways. Why is it that we have all these wonderful resources, and the Bible is one that you have that touches every aspect of your life, and we don't touch that? We'd rather listen to what LaQueen and them have to say. Like LaQueen is the expert in what it is you're trying to do. It trips me up sometimes if I dwell too long on it. It trips me up when I think about how, we have all these great ideas, but we're gonna, if we're not careful, we'll end up dying and the world won't even know. They won't even know. When you look in the mirror in the mornings, it's like you have to look in the mirror and say, you know what? You're the most beautiful person on earth. You were created in his image, not mine. So you're beautiful, you're unique, you're different. We don't take that time to pump ourselves up. We don't take that time to lift ourselves up. We don't take that time to promote our own selves. But we want to promote you'll promote Michael Kors. His ass ain't cutting you no check. But you'll promote Michael Kors. You'll promote all those people. Because I'll promote Louis Vuitton in a heartbeat. Oh, I'm representing with him. I'll do it. But if you can't lose focus while you're doing it, you got to stretch and push toward what you want. You set the goal and make it happen. It's like almost July. Like I'm looking for my calendar and I moved it. It's almost July. In the beginning of the year, everybody was gung-ho about oh, I'm going to do this year. I'm going to do that. I am going to, make sure that I lose weight. That's a big one. I'm going to lose weight. You know what? Okay. So we all need to work on our health. After about 3 weeks, you've abandoned the goal. You left it alone. Because it got hard. Because everybody was eating chicken. Pecan pie and peach cobbler. And you needed a salad. You couldn't stand the temptation. But you got to fight like your life depends on it, because it truly does. I'm willing to fight for mine. If we fought for our goals and our dreams as hard as we fight for our kids, when people mess with our children, we just lose it. We just go to a whole nother realm. We in a whole nother zone. You know how we fight when we feel like people have wronged our children, or they come to us crying with a problem? Immediately we become problem solvers, and we're quick to figure out what to do with that. Why can't you have that same drive and energy when it comes to achieving your goals? One day I plan to, but has killed a whole bunch of damn dreams, but it ain't killing mine. I would do it, but I was going to, but, I used to be what? What are you now? We all have what we need in the palm of our hands, but we don't even know it. We let any little old thing, no guts, no glory. Exactly. We see all these little things that come about. Timeline is flooded with all this damn buffoonery, but we'll pick up on that real quick. Hey, girl, did you hear about something? Girl, did you see that? But who's passing the word on, hey, girl, what are y'all working on today? Hey, are you working on your book today? Hey, are we going to feed the homeless today? Hey, what are we doing today? Oh, okay. No, we need some tutoring over here. See, it's too much going on with our children. It's supposed to be the future. I look at the future and I'm like not really happy about what I see sometimes. Not when it comes to young people. Because we need to teach them how to stretch and push early. You need to teach them how to stretch and push early. High school graduation gifts. People go all out. Prom this year blew my mind. Prom blew my mind this year. People were stretching and pushing for the money. And they had those children looking good in those beautiful exotic cars they took pictures by. Beautiful gowns. You could have taken that money and paid a mortgage. But you wanted them to look good. But didn't nobody post pictures about a GPA and what the grades were. I already know that was good. Hashtag Cree Unleashed. I pat my own self on the back for that. They don't. See, I tell people all the time, you don't want to match wits with me. I don't walk around talking about GPAs and all of that. But you want to talk noise, pull your damn transcript out and let's look at some grades. Let's look at things that matter. That's how I used to go real hard. Exactly. Well, put it towards your kids' education. But you want the Gucci shoes and the M&M stuff that's trying to come back. You want them looking real good with nothing in their damn heads. See, that's the future if you're not careful. And I understand it's not everybody's kid. So let me go ahead and say that for people who are thinking, well, it ain't my kid because they make good grades and I cut for them. Mine did too. And I cut for them. But within reason. This prom season was the most elaborate that I've seen in life. And I wondered how many people actually took some of that money, put it up in damn Roth IRA and let it earn some money or some other interest-bearing account so that you could be earning some money for the future. How many said, for graduation, I'm going to bless you with the gift of a business of your own. I'm still talking about stretching and pushing. But that's not what we do. You want to give them everything so they don't be mad. You want to make sure that they not upset. You want to make sure their upbringing was different from us. For Rhonda, you already know when we grew up, everybody raised everybody's kids. I don't care if you were on Vinegar Hill, African Hill, Long Pine, wherever you were, whatever community you were in, people helped raise people's children. Show out if you want to on Vinegar Hill. By the time you got back to African Hill, the word was already at your house and mother was at the door with the belt. True story. I'm not lying. That's just how it was. Now, you touch my kid and I'm going to kill yours. We have a whole new mindset. But nobody's stretching and pushing toward making the world a better place. See, when you dead and gone, think about what people could say. Will they be able to say you made a difference? Will they be able to say that, you know what? I remember when she did this, and I know it's not all about works, but can you please try and leave the world a better place? So how do we leave the world in a better place? Well, for one, we need to start with our children. We do. We need to stretch and push them. All he can do is this. All you can do is what? Anytime a kid can sit up on the damn phone all day long, put a book in their hand. Let them scroll through that. Just a different one each day. If you can sit in front of a screen all day long, give them an engineering book. Give them a medical book. Find out what they're interested in. Put that in their hands. Stretch and push them to do that. Read a couple of chapters. Write me a summary. What do you think that's about? Okay, well, let's go to the library. Oh, you want to be an engineer? Let me find you an internship. Oh, well, you can just go volunteer over there. Volunteer in the company. Figure out what they do. How do they do the blueprints? What happens first? What happens next? What's last? What do they do after the blueprints are written? What are the other kind of jobs you can have? See, those are the kind of questions that you would need to be proposing to those children. Stretch and push them. Sometimes we stretch and push ourselves, but we don't stretch and push our children. When they're grown, they gone. But that's why you have to train them up in the way they should go. And when they're old, they won't depart from it. That's what the book of 66 said. I ain't say it. So I believe that. So when you deposit good stuff in them, good stuff comes out. I already know about my upbringing, and I'm so grateful for it. I grew up in Gilmer, Texas, in the country, honey, on African Hill with my grandparents who took damn good care of me. So when my children came along, they had a very, very similar upbringing. The only difference was it was in a house that I had purchased, we had purchased. And that's what the difference was. But the upbringing wasn't so different that I wanted them to be different than the way I was. We got it twisted. Like, I mean, unless your childhood was just so horrible, what was wrong with the way you were brought up? Parents did the best that they could with what they had. But when we know better, we should do better. I went to school a long time. That's what those papers are behind me, and that's exactly what they are. They're papers. Cost a lot of money, put a lot of time in, learned a whole lot. But you see where they are right now? They're just up there. They're behind me. And since they're behind me, I need to be moving forward. I need to make it count. I need to stretch and push. See, I'm so done with these people who are running around. You want to help, you want to make a difference, but you're just all talk. Ms. Barbara sent me her donation yesterday. We're going to go out and feed the homeless again, third Saturday in July. I can't wait to get back to my family over there. The last time we were over there, we were so long. We were there so long. It was like we had a picnic over there. We were there all day. It just kind of happened that way. We can't lose track of what's really important while we're pushing and stretching toward our goals. You have to build in time to do something for other people. And you have to train people on how they're supposed to treat you. You don't get to walk all over me. Not without a fight, you don't. Ms. Barbara said they're not concerned about Roth RAs. If Roth was a purse designer, they would be up on it. You doggone right. Everybody be walking around with the big R on their purse. We better recognize and stop being so distracted by BS that comes through. We're easily distracted. So easily distracted. So easily distracted. When we know we have a guide. We have a guide. We have a guide. But we got to pick it up and read it and see what it says. I don't ever want to come before you and give you the idea that I am perfect. I'm not. I'm far from it. I have faults. I have flaws. I get attitudes. My mouth can be fly. All of the above. I can be complicated. But I know this about myself. So that's why personal development is important. But as I work on myself, good morning, Jewel. How are you? But as I work on myself, I still need to be in a position to help somebody else along the way. I do. So if we focus more on, well, what can I do for her? What can I do for him? What is it that they're in need of? How can I help? What do I need to do? How can I serve? The word serve doesn't even come out of our mouths. Does it? When you're stretching and pushing towards your goals, It doesn't exempt you from serving and helping others. But we're so scared that we're going to run out of what we need while we help somebody else. So we just hold on to what we have and we don't want to share it. But when your hands are closed, you can't receive anything. It's not until they're open that you can receive what's for you. So as you stretch and push towards your goals today, I want you to remember that. See, I probably will never be rich because I'd have me a whole homeless, I'd have a building where it'd be a one-stop shop. So we need to start speaking things into existence while we put action behind it. It says that we can declare a thing and it shall be established unto thee. That's Job 22 and 28 for those Bible scholars. Job 22 and 28, read it. Write it down and put it on your mirror so that it can remind you that all you have to do is just decree it, establish it, say you're going to do it, and go make it happen. People say, hey, Creed, when is your next event? When you going to go back and feed the homeless? Third weekend in July. I want to donate. I want to help. I want to do this. What do you need? See, those are the kind of people I need to run with. Those are the kind of people I want to stretch and push with. You know why? Because they're going to be taken care of too. God takes care of all of us, but I know they're not going to have their needs unmet. They're not. They're not. Because as we stretch and push, good morning, Mr. Allen, as we stretch and push, I mean, it's like miraculous things can happen. Good morning, Camille. So I want you to remember that today, just stretch and push, stretch and push, stretch and push, stretch and push. That's it. Stretch and push toward whatever it is you're trying to achieve. I'm going to leave y'all alone now. I'm going to go finish my coffee because I have a luncheon today. I have some properties I need to show. And I need to work on my book for today. Y'all, I want all y'all to meet me at the top. The bottom is too crowded. Too many people are there, steeping themselves in mediocrity. Oh, this is just how life is. I'm just going to be content with what I have. Boo, get away from me with that stanky spirit. Go do that over there. But let them stay there. Meet me at the top. Because the bottom is too crowded. That's where 97% of the people are. They're not trying to go anywhere, have anything, and they mad at you because you want to. Tell them, boo, I got to go. I got to stretch and push. Meet me at the top. That's what 3% of the people are. They've worked and put the time in, and they're doing things that people only dream about. Study them. See what they do. Work on you. Saturday, I made a post. Today is a great day to work on you. Every day is a great day to work on you. They are too dang complacent. I have no time for that. Don't call me talking about, girl, we still. Don't call me. Just don't dial my number. Because the moment you start talking about that, I got to go. Okay? The only place we want to be stretched out under is just under the palm trees on the beaches of the world. Because the world is going to continue to rotate, whether you're standing on top of it or stretched out under it. You decide where you want to be. I don't want to be stretched out nowhere but over there. Whether Rock and Idris are going to be saying, hey, Cree, would you like another Mai Tai? Say, yes. Idris, it's your turn. He's going to run over there and get it and come back with it. I want to be known at the bank, not the club. When I walk in the bank, I want them to say, hey, Miss Perryman, how are you? We were waiting on you to get here. That's what we need to be known. Let's not be known at the club. Let's be known at the bank. When you drive up in front of Tent City, because you've been visiting the people out there and you've established relationships with them and they know who you are, and they run to the fence and they go, hey, she here. Make a difference. Make a difference in the life of somebody else today. It's Tuesday. You have a whole week ahead of you. Make it count. Sit down, write the vision, make it plain. Reach out to other people who are doing what you're doing and join forces with them. It's time for us to come together. It's time for us to make a difference. We can make a difference in the lives of our kids and our families too. Other people do it. What makes us different? I wish you well on today. Just remember to stretch and push. Smile, it goes a long way. You don't know what people are dealing with. Just because you see people on Facebook Live, you see them posting, you see them, happy, it doesn't mean that they're not dealing with battles. So keep everybody lifted up. All right? I'm going to see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Make it a terrific Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.